It never ceases to amaze me how much a lot of these black conservatives are such pick-me's for a group of people that would not piss on them if they were on fire. Now, it has been a long time since I've done a video talking about Larry Elder, but I had to talk about this one because this is absolutely pathetic coming from him. And what's interesting is I don't even know how I came across this. I think someone may have tagged me in it, or I don't know, because I actually have Larry Elder blocked on Twitter, which means his posts shouldn't be showing up on my timeline. But if someone tagged me in it, that's probably how I came about it. But Larry Elder decided he was going to post this picture with Donald Trump, Rosa Parks, and Muhammad Ali in it. And in the caption, he wrote Donald Trump with Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks before Trump became quote unquote racist. So he's basically doing a thing of, oh, Trump knows black people. Trump might have some black friends. So there's just no way on earth that Trump could be anti-black. And that is a statement that we have heard, especially from PC over the years. And it is just as ridiculous back then as it is now. It is even more ridiculous coming from them, but it is even diabolical coming from a black person such as Larry Elder, despite him having some clear identity issues. So he posted this up on here and people started to go in on him because what Larry Elder decided to do was post up this image of Donald Trump and Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali, but it wasn't exactly what he thought it would be, or he probably didn't think people would figure out his little game plan, if you want to call it that. So check this out right here. This right here is the full picture of what Larry Elder posted up on here. And as you can tell, Donald Trump is not the only white person in the picture with two black people. You see a white one. Forgive me, I'm not exactly sure who these other three people are. Maybe if someone down in the comments or in the chat knows who they are, y'all can let me know if y'all are aware of who these three people are. But there are three other additional people here. You have a white woman and two other white men, and they have a medal around their necks, so I'm guessing they're getting some kind of honor. And you can clearly look at this quality of this picture that this was taken probably most likely back in the 80s sometime. I'm not sure exactly when, but it definitely looks like it was the 80s. And Larry Elder had the nerve to post that picture and crop it where you have the only two black people in the picture, and then tried to spin it off as Donald Trump can't possibly be racist, or say before he became quote unquote racist. And we know that's a dig at black people because Larry Elder goes out of his way to talk down on the black community. I can't tell you how many times this man has tried to do the fatherlessness thing and tried to use that as a campaign talking point. And every time he did it, he always lost. He always failed. His campaigns usually always crashed and burned. So he posts this up here like people weren't going to go and find it. And someone did find it. I wish I would have had the person's name in there who cropped it, because I actually got the picture from their page, but it was another white person that went and found it. Larry, again, you were tap dancing for all these PC individuals and they don't like you. It was a white person that got the full picture that you cropped and tried to make it seem like, oh, Donald Trump can't be racist because he's standing next to Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. That's not how this works. Do you know how many anti-black people have so-called quote unquote black friends or black spouses or mixed children? It's several out there. It goes back to the days of chattel slavery. But Larry Elder, he tries to carry, and that's the thing about a lot of these black conservatives that I can't take seriously. They could be so effective for the community, but they're choosing not to because there's a bag in it for them. I believe I talked about it in a deep dive video that I did. They see a bag in there for them to talk against us, so that's what they do, and then try to disguise it or masquerade it as, oh, we're trying to help the community out. No, you're trying to help your finances. You're trying to help your own personal pockets. Like, don't sit up there and lie to us and tell us that you're trying to help us when you really are against us. That's why I'm glad a lot of these HBCUs completely shunned Blexit when they came there. They already knew what you were there for. You weren't there to talk about whatever it was. You were there to try to get them on your side on that Turning Point USA BS. We all know Blexit is an extension of that, and some people didn't even know Blexit was still in existence. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know they were still in existence until they decided to do their little HBCU college tour that crashed and burned at pretty much every place that they went to. Shout out to the people that pretty much ignored them, and he's gotten to that point. That's what you're going to have to do. But back to this. Larry actually thought he was doing something with this, to the point where it even made people pull up this image. So in this picture right here, from this person who calls themselves Remy Biden, said Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Now this again is basically a play on words, going back at what Larry said. Before Trump stopped being and you see what the word is right there. But if you look at the picture, who do you see? Donald Trump, Melania, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. So basically, again, what they're saying is, if you're going to put up this picture that you cropped to try to make it seem like Donald Trump is not anti-black, then let me go ahead and put up this picture with him, Melania, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell, and ask, does this before he became at least associated with the likes of the two right there on the far left, I'm sorry, the far right of the picture. If that's his logic. And honestly, when I was going through the threads of what Larry posted, a lot of people were posting some of the same exact things like this image right here. Whether they posted the picture itself or if they just wrote it in the form of a text. They probably posted some other things as well. But one thing that I'm glad I came across was this post right here. Everyone who is of a certain age knows about this story right here. On May 1st, 1989, Trump spent $85,000 on ads in local newspapers advocating for the death penalty of the Central Park Five. To this day, Trump refuses to apologize to the wrongfully convicted group. Now, it's interesting that someone was able to retrieve this, and it's very easy to find. But Larry decided he was going to go find a picture that he knew was bigger than the one he posted, crop it, and then try to push this narrative when he could have did this. Now, it's funny, a lot of people try to say that Trump isn't this and he isn't that, but I always go back to this right here. And people try to gloss over this like this did not happen. And the caption is true. To this day, he still has not apologized for the ad he literally put an ad in the paper advocating that 5 innocent boys be put on the gurney, given the injection for a crime they did not commit. These were minors, mind you, that were wrongly accused and wrongly convicted of a crime they did not commit. To this day, I only watch that movie when they see us one time. I could not watch it after one go round. I barely made it through it. And you have this guy right here who literally took out an ad for them to be taken out $85,000. He spent almost $100,000. So Larry, I need to know what your take is on that. I bet you it's a load of BS. I bet you Larry Elder was probably one of them few back in the day that actually believed that they did it. And the crazy part about it is, unfortunately, there was quite a few black people that believed what these boys did was actually true because of the optics. I mean, you're out at night, you have this white woman who's jogging in Central Park, and allegedly she gets violated by 5 melanated boys. Like, that was the perfect storm. It's like, for them, it was like the stars were in alignment. Everything in that case was just so extremely messed up. I mean, I could go on a whole tangent about that, but we don't have that kind of time, and I want to stay on topic. So when I see Larry post stuff like this, I literally say to myself, this is so on brand for him and for people of his ilk. So I'm not in the least bit surprised that he did this. I don't know why he did it. I guess it was a slow news day, and he decided, let me just go ahead and take time out of my very, very open schedule and find a way to subliminally go at number one, black people, and number two, anyone else that feels that Donald Trump is anti-black, but probably mainly black people, because again, he decided he's going to use 2 icons to try to push a narrative about an individual that he doesn't even know like that.